BestBookBits.com presents The Power of Intention by Wayne Dyer. Intention is generally viewed as a pit bull kind of determination, propelling one to succeed at all cost by never giving up on an inner picture. In this view, an attitude that combines hard work with an indefallible drive toward excellence is the way to succeed. However, intentions is viewed very differently in this book. Dr. Wayne Dyer has researched intention as a force in the universe that allows the act of creation to take place. This book explores intention, not as something you do, but as an energy you're part of. We're all intended here through the invisible power of intention. This is the first book to look at intention as a field of energy that you can access to begin co-creating your life with the power of intention. The written and audio summary can be found on our website, bestbookbits.com. So without further ado, I bring you the book summary of The Power of Intention. Intention. Absolutely everything that exists in the entire cosmos is attached to intent by a connecting link. There are 4 steps to intention: discipline, wisdom, love, surrender. Start. What's one thing that you could be doing now that is consistent with your higher self that will have the highest possible benefit in your life? Stop. What's one thing that you continue to do, although you know it's not consistent with your higher self, that if you stop doing, would have the greatest benefit on your life? It takes discipline to develop habits, and then habits create disposition. Discipline until it's habitual, then it's disposition. Eckhart Tolle says 80 to 90% of our thoughts, actions are habitual, but are they what we actually want? 7 phases of intention: creativity, kindness, love, beauty, seeing it and being it. Expansion, everything in the universe is expanding, including the universe. So having a sense of expansion, am I thinking expansion or contraction? Am I expanding and growing, or am I contracting? Unlimited abundance and receptivity, and openness to the world, allowing the divine to flow through us. How can you become more creative today? How can you become more creative today? How can you be more kind today? How can you show more love today? How can you see more beauty today? How can you be more loving today? How can you be more expansive today? Etc. Serotonin, the happy drug. Number 1, if I do something kind, I will have serotonin released into my brain. Number 2, if I do something kind for you, then you will also have serotonin released in your brain. Number 3, everyone who saw it would have serotonin released in your brain. If I don't feel well, it's a compassionate wake up. If you are feeling disempowered, helpless, depressed, etc., then that's a good sign that you're disconnected from source. A sign that you need to get more connected. Kindness would be one of the key things you could do. Act as if everything you desire is already here. Treat yourself as you already are what you'd like to become. Let's imagine the outcome. You wouldn't have the desire unless you had the ability to manifest the outcome. The outcome is divine as anything else you can imagine. If we're attached, if we're clinging to what it should look like, or a timeline it should happen, that's where the suffering comes in. Just get clear on who you want to be. Who is that person? How would that person see the world? If in fact you already were someone who has created that desire, if you had already done that, and you were living from that endpoint, and you are that person, how would you feel right now? Who would you be right now? Expansion versus contraction. It's expansive to imagine all that you can be. You experience a contraction when you fear that you can't be that. It's contracting to not let it come through. What would it feel like if you gave yourself the freedom just for a moment to allow the expansiveness of what is the most divine version for yourself? Act as if you are the person now, because a person doesn't contract in fear in challenging situations. The person is the one that is already been that. Act as if you're already the one who has mastered fear, that you already are an enlightened version of yourself. What would the enlightened version of yourself do? Segment intending. Abraham, Esther, and Jerry Hicks teaches this. When you're taking a shower, what's your intention? When you're in a relationship, what's your intention? In this moment, what's your intention? And the more conscious we bring to it, the more we'll find not to be careful what you ask for, but be careful about not asking. Be aware and be blissful, because it's going to come. Walk into situations as if you already have it done. Walk into situations as if you already have it done. If you want to be this, then the only way you are ever going to do that is if you start to be consciously be that now. Start practicing being who you want now and embrace that. Not with attachments of fear, but in this moment, be that. Then by definition, I am that, and it unfolds in a way that you can't anticipate. What do you want? What do you want? Treat yourself as if you are already what you'd like to become. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. If you think the problem is outside you, then you've got a problem. The problem is never outside of us. The world is a movie screen, and how we see the world is like a projector's lens. If there is something wrong on the screen, there is something wrong on the lens. If you want to feel connected to your own purpose, know this for certain. Your purpose will only be found in service to others. Your purpose will only be found in service to others, and in being connected to something far greater than your mind, body, ego. You will feel most on purpose when you are giving your life away by serving others. When you're giving to others, your planet, and to your source, you're being purposeful. Whatever it is that you do, if you're motivated to be of service to others while being authentically detached from the outcome, you'll feel on purpose, regardless of how much abundance flows back to you. Go a month without any goals. Just live consistently with your purpose. Make that your practice. There's no goals, there's purpose. And you are at integrity with your purpose. Viktor Frankl, Holocaust survivor and psychologist, said that nothing can be taken from you but your last freedom is your freedom to choose how you respond to this moment. He also said in his book, Man's Search for Meaning, don't aim for success. The more you aim at it and make it a target, the more you're going to miss it. For success, like happiness, cannot be pursued. It must ensue. And it only does so as the unintended side effect of one's personal dedication to a cause greater than oneself. Whereas the byproduct of one's surrender to a person other than oneself, happiness must happen, and the same holds for you, success. You have to let it happen by not caring about it. I want you to listen to what your conscience commands you to do and go on and carry it out to the best of your knowledge. Then you will live to see it. And that in the long run, success will follow you precisely because you had forgotten to think about it. Authentic Happiness book states that the science of happiness is knowing your strengths and using them often. Knowing your strengths and using them often. If you want a meaningful life, know your strengths. Use them often on something bigger than yourself. Truly give yourself to the world. Truly give yourself to the world. What are you seeking? You must be what it is you are seeking. This is a universe of attraction and energy. You can't have a desire to attract a mate that is confident, generous, non-judgmental, and gentle, and expect that desire to be manifested if you are thinking or acting in a non-confident, selfish, judgmental, or arrogant ways. If you want to be this, and this, you are not going to attract it by being the opposite. In any given moment, I can choose to be more compassionate or less compassionate. I can choose to be more kind or less kind. Act as if you already were the most confident, kindest, loving person that you can be. You are not acting in the sense of not being that. When you are acting it, you are being that. Therefore, you are that. There is a process of integration when something inside you may not believe it, but in the process of integration, you are becoming that which you want to be and that which you are now. Inspirited. If you have ever felt inspired by a purpose or calling, you know the feeling of spirit working through you. Inspired is our word for inspirited. When do you feel most alive? When is spirit of the divine working through you? What can you do to experience that more and more and more? Say to yourself, I'm here on purpose. I can accomplish anything I desire, and I do it by being in harmony with the all-providing creative force in the universe. If you are clear on what you want to do, there are very few things that you can't actually do. Our deepest being is in our becoming. Our deepest being is in our becoming. It is when we're becoming and fully intensely embracing that process that we are actually most alive. Outside of any shoulds or just being, the next highest expression of ourselves, becoming our higher selves, is the essence of our being. Eckhart Tolle says, you can tell how well you're doing your practice in the power of now. Say yes to life. One of the most effective things for transcending ordinary and moving into the realm of the extraordinary is saying yes more frequently, eliminating no almost completely, saying yes to life, saying yes to your family, your co-workers, your business. Feel the energy between no and yes. The idea of no. If you actually say the word no, 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 you can feel it down, 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 down. Say yes, 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 yes. There's an opening. There's almost a contracting and expanding. Choose empowered friends. When you meet anyone, treat the event as a holy encounter. True nobility isn't about being better than someone else. It's about being better than you used to be. Don't compete and don't compare. And that's a wrap on Wayne Dyer, The Power of Intention. Check out our YouTube channel, Best Book Bits, for the latest video book summaries, and check out our website, bestbookbits.com, for hundreds of book summaries, all categorized into things like biography, business and marketing, habits, health, leadership, money, personal development, philosophy, psychology, real estate, relationships, sales, spirituality, success, time management, and travel. Check out our audio podcast from mixcloud.com/bestbookbits for the latest on podcast audio book summaries. And last, check out our Instagram channel, Best Book Bits, for the latest motivational quotes and daily book summaries. Thanks for watching and listening, and have yourself an amazing day, and go out there and use the power of intention.